Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Russ with Cahaba Tunes. As promised, wanted to bring you the best 1-2 punch albums. This particular episode is of albums from the 80s. I was a child of the 80s and loved that period of music, and got quite the heavy hitters today. You'll see why the 80s, I think, still, classic period for music. I understand the 60s and 70s, the quality maybe more so there, but still fun music, classic music, timeless music. And so I want to go over with you a few records that I think have the best first two songs right out of the gate. Really just incredible. So got some notes, and I'll tell you kind of where they ranked on the Billboard charts, just for evidence of how good these records are. So start off with of course Bruce, born in the USA, and so of course coming out of the gate, born in the USA, it hit number 8 on the rock Billboard chart, and then it hit number 9 on the Hot 100. Followed by the song Cover Me, great song. It actually hit number 2 on the rock chart, and hit number 7 on the Hot 100. So as you can see, again, classic album, great start to the record with those two songs, just classic songs for Bruce Springsteen. So a good start. Next, a band that I think is really underrated for the time period, talking early to mid 80s, and a record that I think is overlooked. These guys had a lot of different influences, rock, reggae, jazz, soul, really just a little bit of everything they pulled from. But I'm talking about Culture Club, and this is Color by Numbers. And I'll take the record out here, show you the track listing. So starting off with Karma Chameleon, one of their classics, and Karma Chameleon hit number 1 on the Hot 100 and was number 3 on the Adult Contemporary Billboard chart. And then that song was followed by It's a Miracle, another great song. It hit number 13 on the Hot 100 and number 8 on the Adult Contemporary Billboard chart. So two awesome songs to start that record. Also on side 2, some great songs. Church of the Poison Mind, Miss Me Blind, and then Mr. Man is a great song. Just this whole album, top to bottom, is great. Sound quality is great. A record that I think is overlooked by a lot of people, just because I think the antics of Boy George probably keeps this band out of the limelight. But classic album, a great band of the time period, and just urge you to check it out again. All right, we've got the Eagles, and some people would consider this some people think this is their best record, even over Hotel California. But this was released actually kind of in the late 70s and 79. But I'm counting it in my video as much as 80s. So starting off, the record with The Long Run. The single was actually released in late November of 79. So we're close enough, right? But The Long Run hit number 8 on the Hot 100 and was number 34, weirdly enough, on the Adult Contemporary chart. But great song from them. And then that was followed by I Can't Tell You Why, another great song that hit number 8 on the Hot 100 and was number 3 on the Adult Contemporary chart. So great record. This has the third song on this record is In the City, great song. By Joe Walsh. It's got Heartache Tonight, Those Shoes, Teenage Jail on side 2. I mean, just a classic from the Eagles. So good sounding record, and just a a classic from them. All right, one of my favorite bands, still today, I miss their lead singer who, died. Um, some people think it was suicide. Some people think it was an accidental death. We're talking about Michael Hutchence of NXS, and this is their great album, Listen Like Thieves. I'll take this out here to show you. So we're starting off with this great album with What You Need, one of my favorite songs by them. What You Need hit number 5 on the Hot 100 and was number 3 on the rock chart, followed by Listen Like Thieves, another great song. It hit, it was 54 on the Hot 100, but was number 12 on the rock chart. But I think a very underrated song by them, and just a great record, one that, if you haven't listened to in a while, go back and revisit it. One of the songs I like the most on this record, a nice deep cut, is the last song on side A, Good and Bad Times. Great song. Check that out if you get a chance. But just top to bottom, great record by a classic band that I think is pretty timeless. So. Next up, another classic band from this time period, and they had several great records. Who knows what they would have done if they would have stayed together, but broke up in the mid '80s. Talking about the Police, and we're talking about Zenyatta Mondatta. And let's see, starting off this side, we've got Don't Stand So Close to Me, and that was number 10 on the Hot 100 and was number 11 on the rock chart, followed by Driven to Tears. The song actually was not released as a single, but it hit number 35 on the rock chart, and I just love that song. I love this record. It also has, When the World is Running Down, You Make the Best of What's Around. Great song. Canary in a Coal Mine. Got just a great side 2 as well. So great record by the Police, and thought it should go into this listing here. All right, a classic by another classic 80s band, and you don't have classic records without classic songs, and this one starts off with a bang. So talking about Dire Straits with Brothers at Arms, and show you the back cover here. And I probably can't see that, it's in hard to read, kind of pink writing, but So Far Away starts off the record. It was number 19 on the top 100 and number 3 on the adult contemporary chart, and that's followed by Money for Nothing. It was number 1 on the Hot 100 and number 1 on the rock chart. It just cleaned house when it came out. The video was fabulous. Sting singing backup vocals, Mark Knopfler with his classic guitar and his vocals, and just an awesome record. We all know that, but great songs on here. Actually, one of my favorite songs on here is Your Latest Trick, which is number 4 on the first side. Got a nice saxophone in there and just a great Knopfler song, but just a classic record from a classic band. No 80s list is incomplete without the king of pop, Michael Jackson, and you may think that Thriller is involved in this list, but it's not. I went with Bad, and so just a great record, a great follow-up to Thriller, and surprisingly stands up pretty easily to Thriller, quite frankly. But record starts off with Bad. It hit number 1 on the Hot 100. It was number 1 on the AC chart, followed by The Way You Make Me Feel, and that was number 1 on the Hot 100 and number 9 on the Adult Contemporary chart. So again, classic album from him. Had a ton of songs off this record that went into the top 10 for him. So just a great record. Sounds great, and just a classic from another classic artist of the 80s. All right, another classic band from the 80s that only made a few albums in the 80s, and I really wish they would have stayed together and made more music together, but their lead and mastermind, Colin Hay, he still tours. I think he plays acoustic shows all over the U.S., and I haven't gotten to see him yet, but he's great. But my favorite record from them, Cargo. I think it's better than Business as Usual. And the start to this, first song is Dr. Heckle and Mr. Jive, a great song. It hit number 28 on the Hot 100 and was number 12 on the rock chart, followed by Overkill. Just a great song from them, one of my favorite songs of Men at Work. It hit number 3 on the Hot 100, was 3 on the rock chart, and was number 6 on the Adult Contemporary. But just a great record from top to bottom, great sounding record, and I think one it's just I think it's underrated, and their best album. So I wanted to include it in the list. Last but not least, one of my favorite voices of all time, and he died several Christmases ago. Talking about George Michael, was his debut, Faith, and one that just was everywhere in in '87 and '88, and of course the record starts off with Faith, just a classic song. It hit number 1 on the Hot 100 and was number 5 on the Adult Contemporary. What a great video! Just really, just a cool look that he had back then in '87 with the black bomber jacket, the roughed up blue jeans, awesome guitar. He's kind of showing off his kind of inner Elvis impersonation, I guess. But another thing is he played all the instruments on this music, produced it. I just don't think he gets the credit he deserves for just what a genius he was as far as music in general. But second song that follows Faith is Father Figure, and of course it was everywhere on the radio back then as well. It hit number 1 on the Hot 100, and it was number 3 on the Adult Contemporary chart, and it had a pretty sultry video. It was on MTV all the time, and just a great record. All the other songs on here are great too. I really love Monkey is a great song, and Kissing a Fool is a really cool song too, real jazzy. But miss George Michael, and just love his voice. Wish he was still around. But that's it for my list today. Maybe I can follow this up eventually with some records from the 70s. And if you have any suggestions, please leave comments. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please subscribe. And if you liked the content you saw today, please hit the like button. But until next time, hope you guys take care, stay healthy, and see you soon.